The boy who refused to be broken. When Elias was 9 years old, the world became unbearably quiet. One evening, the small house that once echoed with his mother's laughter and his father's steady voice fell silent forever. By morning, Elias was alone. No hands to hold him, no one to call his name. The neighbors whispered words he didn't fully understand, but he understood the feeling. Abandonment wrapped in grief. For a long time, Elias believed his life had ended the day his parents did. He moved from one relative's home to another, carrying his belongings in a worn backpack and his pain in his heart. Some days he went to school hungry. Other days he stayed home because he had no shoes that fit. At night he stared at the ceiling and asked questions no child should have to ask. Why me? What did I do wrong? But something inside Elias refused to die. Every morning he woke up and made his bed the way his mother had taught him. Tight corners, straight lines. It was a small act, but it reminded him that order could exist even in chaos. His father's words echoed in his mind. Your story doesn't end where your pain begins. At school, Elias struggled, but he listened closely. He borrowed books, studied under dim light, and practiced writing his dreams in the margins of old notebooks. While others saw an orphan, Elias began to see a survivor. Years passed. The boy who once felt invisible grew stronger. Not because life was kind, but because he learned to be kind to himself. He failed exams. He was mocked. Doors closed. Yet each time he fell, he stood up with a little more courage than before. One day, Elias stood in front of a group of children who looked just like he once did. Lost, afraid, and unsure of tomorrow. He told them his story, not to impress them, but to remind them. I didn't choose my beginning, he said, but I chose my direction. In that moment, Elias realized something powerful. Being left without parents did not mean he was left without purpose. His pain had shaped him, but it did not define him. And so the boy who once thought he had nothing discovered he had everything he needed: resilience, hope, and the strength to rise. Because sometimes the strongest people are not born from comfort. They are forged in loss and lifted by courage.